Finally is defense. How do you play defense with this character without a strong counter hit game? You move. You sidestep and you backdash more than you try to stuff your opponent, right? You got them cornered and they need to press buttons for their life, sidestep with punish that button. That works way better than her counter hits. That's really kind of all you have to think about defensively. As far as defensive counter hits, this forward 4 is about it. If you want to like keep your distance, you don't want to mix up, you need a breather, right? You're a little scared of what they just did to you, something like that. The match is on the line. You keep them out with this, and you catch that counter hit, good stuff. That's one of the best poke tools, keep out things she has, and you get a counter hit when you catch them attacking from too far away. That's kind of it as far as counter hit goes defensively. Otherwise, you're better off to move manually or use your evasion. You have things like Feisty Rabbit that can avoid attacks, but you get clipped with this so often. It's hard to justify it, but they're working on it. They wanted Feisty Rabbit to be important in this game, and it could use some tweaks. But for now, if you do get this evasion, right? They're coming at you, and you do evade their attack with this, you get a heat engager. You get good rewards. It's just a little hard to implement that. That's all. Up forward 2 is really evasive. She takes a good 100-degree step to her left and bops you with this mid. She's practically hitting you in the back already. This is unsafe. It's -10, which isn't the end of the world, but it's fine. This is a really evasive move. Hopefully anything that's not like ultra tracky, like an electric or something that has no business tracking like it does, that'll probably catch you. But otherwise, that's going to evade a ton of stuff, and you'll just pop them for free and then go back to business. Up forward 2 is kind of cool. Down 3+4, the Matterhorn is technically evasive. You can obviously see the instant I do this, like Lili is a quarter of the size she normally is. She's so low to the ground. This is going to go under highs, obviously. And if you look at the box down there, it says airborne for several frames. If you can see her plant hand, it's actually off the ground for a second. That hand where she propels her entire body up into the air with lifts off the ground for a second. So technically beats some lows. So that counts as evasion. Matterhorn can be evasive. And you get a giant combo off of this thing. Still a powerful tool, but it's so risky. I don't want to use this for evasion necessarily. If I'm trying to avoid their attack, I'd rather stick to something simple like that or like that. But Matterhorn can get you through in a pinch. Up 3+4 is the opposite. Lili goes way into the air instead of halfway into the ground. This is kind of cool. I like this move a lot. Completely safe if it gets blocked. And if they happen to just run right up into it, combo, you know? Pretty unconventional. She's not invincible on the way up or anything. And they do kind of have time to like get out of the way. So test it out sparingly, see what you get. If your opponent sidewalks this immediately, throw it away. If they just stand there, oh shit, it's too late. Right? You might have a little something there. Specifically, when you want to evade highs, do glide works. You can use do glide to just go under highs and pop. If you see them doing like a 1-1-2 string or something, pop. You can just beat it straight up like that. We talked about down back 3 and down back 4, how they both beat highs. That's true. Down back 3, I think, is better of the 2, but if you got to jab your opponent, start using that a lot. And then your back turn lows. Those are also very good at evading stuff. So you can use these moves defensively. If you're worried about getting jabbed during your offense, or you're just trying to like bait them into stuff, you can use that defensively. You can stand out here, do this 3 attack, right? And you're back turned. You can use that defensively to avoid their incoming attack. It is possible. And as far as lows, beating lows go, forward 3+4 we talked about is one of my favorites in the beginning. This is a really good choice to beat lows. So is do glide 3+4, bang bang, all the frame trap and everything that comes with it. Up forward 4 we have not gotten to mention yet. This is easily hit confirmable, does a nice chunk of damage. That jumps over lows, clean as day. Wall splats and everything. This you can go back turned with, and if it hits, hooray. If it doesn't, you're in trouble. In the last game, if you caught that just right, oh, it is there. Oh, does that still work? This is really hard to do. I didn't know that was there. I could not get that to work. Cool. So that still exists. Up forward 4, if you hit it just a tip, Lili can be as much as +9 if you hold back. And if you get at least 8 or 9, you get a guaranteed 1-2 or 1-4. Your heat engager will work. That would be guaranteed if you land the tip. Problem is you cannot tell if you got that in a match. You just had to know you were so far away. See, that was a 7. That wouldn't work there. You just have to feel it, right? So it's kind of risky maybe. 7. Doesn't work. So that still exists. I didn't know that. Up forward 4 beats lows cleanly. And if you land at just the tip, right, you can get a 1-2 or a 1-4 into heat engager. Kind of cool. Otherwise, just confirm the 3 and move about your day. It's fine. Up forward 3 plus 4 is similar. She hops over lows with both legs. And up forward 3 plus 4, 3. Natural combo. Not bad. It does that little wall crush thing they invented in Tekken 7. You get that, which is a nice mix-up opportunity. I didn't know that still existed in the game, but there it is. So you can use that. If they know this is coming and they duck it, you do have the option to do 3 plus 4, which is a mid Matterhorn to check them. But using Matterhorn to check people is not the smartest, but this exists, right? You can use this once in a while and then forget it exists for a couple years and then try it again. Lastly, as far as evasion goes, is sidestep moves. Again, you can always evade stuff manually if you want to. Sidestepping 1 plus 2 is interesting. This is a counter hit launcher, but it's got a weird angle to it. You generally want to be to the left for the most part, but if you're too far left, if you step like way too far left, it won't hit her in the front, and it won't count as a counter hit. So sidestep 1 plus 2, not what it used to be, but it's there. I'd rather stick to sidestep 3, to be honest. This is way better. You get the follow-ups, or just sidestep hop kick. That's always an option too. So if your game is not about evading stuff and you'd rather just power through, you can do that too with power crushes. You don't have to avoid stuff and counterattack. You can just go right through them if the situation permits. You can use this defensively. Power crushes were invented to be defensive, right? You're just getting pop, 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 pop against the wall. Get out of jail free card, right? Down 1 plus 2. Absorbs their hits and knocks them down. You're free. And you can start over again. But now they got added to a lot of stances. I wouldn't call that defensively. It's more about balancing your offense. Being able to do back turn into power crush with 2 or do glide into power crush with 1 plus 2. Those are kind of just part of your offense, in my opinion. They stop counterattacks of your offense. They're not really there to defend yourself. This one is defending yourself in neutral. The other ones, the do glide ones, I feel are a little bit more offensive, but nonetheless, they do stop your opponent's offense in its tracks and counter hit them. Last thing Lili has is a punch parry. Back 1 plus 3 or back 2 plus 4. Parries punches. Right, that's all it does. Grab your arm into the throw. That's it. Doesn't even break floors. It's decent damage, but kind of risky because they could just as easily, kick. And you get nothing for it. It's a cool way to end a round. Sometimes you have them pinned in the corner and they don't know what else to do. They can kind of just like go for a jab, try to just jab their way out of trouble. And you can smell that in the air. Maybe I go for a punch parry. Other than that, not the best. You would be better off if you think you got them ready to make a panicky counterattack to just do that, for example, maybe. I don't know. But that's it. That's it for your defensive tools. You have a lot of built-in evasion stuff. You do not have good counter hits. So it's up to you to get out of the way or go through them. So getting out of the way works pretty well. There's evasive moves, there's evasive stances, and there's all the flipping and dipping and stuff like that, right? Use those best. So I think that's the whole enchilada.